honestly,
this is
they gave us.
insane.
I know I said it to you offline. They gave us the whole. If they would have just let Ant-Man go up
Yes,
Thanos' butt,
yes.
we
What
wouldn't have
happened?
had to see Tony Stark die. Like they gave us that in the first 10 minutes of this
They
season,
literally
and
played
it
it
was
out. All right, we're here with Tyson, Tyrone, Tatiana, Bigum, James. How are you, Ty?
I'm good. I'm very good.
Ty Gaze, what's up, baby?
What's up, Fando?
We're about to review this one of the best shows probably on television. The Boys.
If you don't watch it, watch it. It is so underrated. It's becoming a masterpiece. It really is.
It's honestly like I can't believe how good The Boys is. Like consistently, I'm like that's probably one of these shows that's gonna fall off like the third season in, and you're like, so far so good. So far so good, dude. Like, like it's so like, okay, you know, everybody watches The Boys for like the crazy shit that happens, right? Like the just the bizarre moments, like extreme violence, blowing up. But I notice a lot of times I'm enjoying the stuff in like in between, like the acting. Which I'm actually interested in what's happening with the characters.
Right.
I like the world and the setting and the commentary that the show actually has on like society, corporate society, corporate like the corporate how corporations like treat people,
right.
How the powerful
they
treat
do
people.
satire. They do satire in a very well executed way. It's not too on the nose. It's very subtle. It's not corny. It's totally believable. It's very well thought out and executed.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's so refreshing. It's like especially like me and you are like we're like Marvel fans. I like some of the DC movies. I don't know if you do as much, but you get so much of the same. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like so much of the same every time we go to, like, they're different people with different characters, but like similar like formulas. And then you watch something like The Boys, and I know Amazon took a risk on this, and it just pays off so well. It's good to see it's good to see where the show's like. It's just good to see it's getting its recognition, at least like by the fans, and a lot of people watching. And I've never even like I'm talking about normies, right? Like complete normies. They're not into the nerdy stuff. Like you tell them about The Boys, and they're like, "Yo, that show is nuts." I kind of like it. You know what I mean? Like I've never heard anyone say like they don't like The Boys. Like. And at least when they've seen it, maybe if you're super like squeamish. Are you squeamish, Ty?
No,
you're clearly not.
I love this score. Like it's crazy because it's like so over the top. Like everything just blows up and you see body parts and all kinds of crazy stuff. But like, it's not too realistic, but it's super gory. It's just cool how they do it.
Bro,
really
I know we're talking about season 3, but I knew this show was gonna be nuts when season 1, episode 1 first scene.
Off the rip. Did not expect it at all.
With the girlfriend. Dude.
And he's just holding her arm.
Hey. Oh my god. I was traumatized by that. I was just like,
well,
I had to. You know how many times I had to rewind that? I was like, "Wait, what just happened?" Click.
What just happened?
Click.
Yeah. Well, then this season starts out. Termite.
Bro, let's talk about it. This is the craziest opening. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. This is the craziest opening to a lot. I'm trying to like think, and I'm like, there's a lot. I don't know any show where I literally reacted the way I did, especially watching it with a group of people. I don't know if you did, but I had like my cousins and his friends watching it. And it's like it was kind of like I had the theater experience, and so it was like watching it with a group of people, and like we're like, oh my god, like like it's one of those. It was those moments, and so it. Go ahead and talk about it, bro, because I don't even know how to describe this.
So they start with Termite, a new character,
okay,
and they instantly show us that he can shrink himself down.
Wait, is he new?
He is new.
Okay, so in the first season, didn't they go to?
They showed him before.
And didn't they go to a nightclub in the first season, like maybe in the first episode even, and they were like, they didn't focus on him, but there was like a guy who could shrink in the bar, and I thought it was him, but maybe like this is the first time they gave him like any real attention though.
Right. Well, they're at the after party of Dawn of the Seven, which is, the movie that they produced about the Seven.
Oh, that movie was funny.
So they're at the after party and everything, and you see Termite hanging out with his boyfriend, his lover, whatever.
Yeah.
And he shrinks himself and goes up his boyfriend's butt, and he coughs, expands himself, and kills his boyfriend.
Wait. No, that wasn't his butt, bro.
He went up his butt.
No. I think. Did you rewatch that? Okay, maybe I'm wrong.
He went up his butt.
No,
and
sir.
Trying to reach his prostate.
No. He went up his front end.
His other hole?
Yes, his front hole, and that's why when he was rubbing on.
Oh, okay. Well, then I might have to rewatch it. But honestly,
this is insane.
I know I said it to you offline. They gave us the whole. If they would have just let Ant-Man go up Thanos' butt, we wouldn't have had to see Tony Stark die. Like, they gave us that in the first 10 minutes of this season.
They literally played it out.
Great.
Okay, and let's just say when the man sneezed,
oh my God.
And just like that, because the boys has this thing just where they just like show it to you and like leave you there in silence, just like what the fuck is happening?
And he's just like, his body's just falling apart off the bed.
What's really interesting is like, something they do good is like other characters always seem to walk in on crazy moments and like react with you, like act like, what the fuck, like like, oh my God, what is this? This is crazy, right?
She walks in there, and then they start fighting, and Frenchie's like, God. He's trying to go up my butt. Dude, it was great. It was hilarious.
Oh, and then the way he killed him, like he made him. I thought he killed him. He didn't kill him. He's actually alive.
He killed him.
They reveal later he's alive still. But oh my goodness, bro!
Oh, shook him up in the little cocaine baggie. That was great.
Hey, craziest intro. I don't remember. Like, I'm trying to think of some Game of Thrones moments, but like.
So I think if I'm not mistaken. So I would say the one season of Game of Thrones that opened with Cersei. Well, no, I don't think it was the season opener. I was going to say when Cersei blew up the Sept, and there was just music and no dialogue for like 15 minutes. But I don't think that was the season opener.
No, I think they like ended it on that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's
was Joffrey's death the season opener?
Joffrey's death. I think it was like
the end of that.
It was like the episode before the end, the penultimate.
Yeah.
But it's okay. We got the intro. Like, all right, look, shocking moments are one thing, right? Like any show can just like, they can just lure you in with shocking moments, right? Like, oh, okay, it's all the show got. It's not though. It's not all the show gives you. It's like later on, like you start to see where Homelander is and his relationship with what's the Nazi chick's name?
Stormfront.
Stormfront. Yeah,
Stormfront. Yeah, Stormfront.
Yeah, bro. Her relationship with Stormfront and like his relationship with Stormfront and like where she's at, she's like she has no legs, like one arm, like
all burnt up.
The kid messed her up last season, dude. The kid's like low-key powerful.
Did, man. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, and I kind of like where the show's going. Like, it's kind of the first episode kind of covers like where the characters are at, but Butcher receives like the vials, and he gets to have superpowers for like 24 hours, right? And this is a major plot point. And he has to become the thing he hates, like to defeat the thing he hates. You know what I mean? And so it's like the show's always doing interesting stuff like that, and like it's really good with tension. I noticed, like, especially with Homelander on screen, but they do it well with other characters. Like when Butcher used the vials to go beat up the gunpowder guy, gun nut dude, and then beats him to death and cuts him in half.
Oh, and the car too.
Yeah,
that was really cool.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of people. One thing that's happening in the first 3 episodes is like this. I don't know about you, but I got this sense of build up, and I think it's still building up. But like, not only is Homelander apparently like you can tell more than ever this season, Homelander's willing to go places, like go there. Like he's willing to just like I'm willing to fuck this whole planet up, dude. Don't mess with me. Like, I'm willing to just say forget the facade and just but also at the same time, I think his victory has defeated him, because I feel like there's a lot of characters like he's pissed off and are plotting against this man. And so you're getting it from both sides. Not only is Homelander being more like crazy and reckless and open about his personality, but you're getting a lot of characters who are kind of getting sick of his shit. The CEO dude of Vought. Yeah. I mean, Butcher's been on his ass this whole time. Like, just
Starlight is pissed at him.
Exactly. And I think there's a sense of tension that the show's delivering on, and this is something like we just talked about Obi-Wan, but like this show's delivering execution wise, right?
Oh yes, absolutely,
dude. It's
I would say like what they're doing with Homelander is brilliant, because the guy who plays him, I'm not sure of his actual name, but the guy that plays him is on point. Like he's making it so believable. And again, this is something that I said to you offline, where it's like, if this show was more popular than what it is, he would be up there with like Joffrey from Game of Thrones as like most hated characters, because they play them so well. And they are building with him, and these first 3 episodes, he's putting it out there. Like at the end of episode 1, he's like, I'm not apologizing anymore, this is who I am, whatever. And then they tell him, oh, you're up in your points, like you're up in the polls, whatever, like people like that you did that. So he's like, you know what, I'm gonna keep doing it.
It's a good metaphor. It's like
he throws the one chick off the side of the building, and then in one of my favorite scenes, he's talking to Starlight, and she's threatening to release the video of the flight.
That's
because he's like, oh, bring back the deep, and she's like, well, do I need to remind you of this video? And he's like, you know what, release it, because this is what I'm gonna do. And he's like, I'm gonna take out the White House, take out all the critical infrastructure, blow up your hometown, wipe New York off the fucking map. Like, he's like, yeah, go ahead and try me.
It's like he just like, bro, there is no way out of this for any of you, other than to kill me, because he's setting that up, because it's like I have the ultimate checkmate. There's a reason why this, and it just shows a real facade. Like I think they eventually will go there. They might. It's just how are they gonna get there? Might. And I don't know the comics. I know of the comics, but I don't know what happens. So maybe someone out there does. But yeah, like if this show is building up to like, okay, Homelander goes there and there's a final mission to take him out, it does. The show has been setting that up very well.
Yeah, I think so. I think this season could go one of two ways, right? I think they teased it in episode 1 with Butcher and Homelander talking to each other. You're either gonna see Butcher and Homelander go up against each other because Butcher has the vial, or there seems to be some side effects going on with Butcher after he takes this vial. Could it go bad and he turn into like a villain?
What if he turns into like their version of the Hulk or something? You know what I mean?
Right. Like it could go very wrong, and it could go a completely different direction where it's like, we can't focus on Homelander and all this bullshit that's going on with Vought. We have to focus on Butcher because he's like, there's a side effect to this vial that no one knew about.
That's also true. One other like side option that could happen is, I think, if there is someone that can kill Homelander straight out, it might be his son when he gets older and old enough and he's ready enough. And so I think something you're going to see throughout the show is like how, like who's going to influence the son, like to play out the ultimate, like, basically who if Homelander wins his son's favor, right? That's the end of the world. They're just going to rule together. It's going to be, a thing. If Butcher's able to convince or like win the love of that son, or which he's not doing a very good job in.
No, he's not. He's not good at that.
He might be able to convince the kid, or like, to combat his dad, and that might be the only person that could kill Homelander. I think that might be like several seasons from now, but it could be going that way.
I'm so thinking about what this show is. The premise of this show is, all these facades that people or all the facades that people present of themselves, especially the soups, where it's like, the propaganda, the marketing, they're looked up to, but like they're really shitty people. So thinking about this, you had this vial that they introduced. It's supposed to give you superpowers for 24 hours. if it's anything like, real life, could there be an addiction factor to it?
I definitely
Could
think
Butcher
so. Yeah.
could Butcher be like addicted to this, like, I need this power type thing, and it go wrong? That would be a very real life thing that this show constantly relates to, that we could see. So I wouldn't be surprised if Butcher becomes a villain somehow.
That I definitely think he has the capability. I think he, even like when you introduce him, it's like, I don't think he's presented as a hero. He's like an anti-hero kind of guy to me, and he's definitely willing to go places because he wants what he wants so bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I love to like talk about like where the show might go, or like my theories, especially when you're not like a fan of the comic, like you don't know what happens in the comics like we do.
I like the ignorance of not knowing
exactly
the storyline.
Exactly.
So I could be completely wrong. Who knows? But it's cool to talk about it.
And the show, takes me for a ride. So I don't know. I'm like, oh, I didn't guess this. I love when that happens. Like, oh, I couldn't guess what was gonna happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, what's so? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
So I was gonna say, another, like I had mentioned, the scene where Homelander was talking to Starlight, and how cool that scene was, just because like how good the acting was.
The acting
I would say
incredible.
out of the other 3 episodes, probably my favorite scene was seeing Black Noir. Like,
oh yeah,
he's sitting there talking about he doesn't want to wear the mask because people don't recognize his face, yada yada yada. And then 10 minutes later he gets blown up and he's reaching for the mask because his face is all destroyed. And it's like,
that's interesting.
Why he doesn't talk. That's why he, that was a cool little backstory that wasn't like too on the nose. It was talking about something completely different, and we saw what happened to Black Noir, and I thought that was really well done.
Because you're always curious about this character, and I'm like, I thought I heard somewhere that it might have been like a Homelander clone or something, and so like from the comics, but I don't think that's what it is. They either changed that for the show, or it doesn't seem like that's what's going on. For obvious reasons. If you watch the episode, you'll know what we're saying here. But it was cool that like to see like, oh, he used to have like one personality, and like he was talkative and he was outgoing, and like you see what happens, and then you're like, oh, no wonder you are the way you are. But I'm interested to see his power level, like because it seems like Homelander actually has respect for him. So I'm wondering if like Homelander is aware of how strong he is, but if he's getting blown up by like missiles, I don't think that's gonna that bodes very well for how strong he is.
Homelander doesn't really step to Black Noir. He talks shit to A-Train, talks shit to the Deep, talks shit to Starlight.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He watches himself around Black
Noir. I don't understand why though, but it's because it seems like he could probably be Black Noir too. But maybe it's just like maybe like he just likes people that don't talk. Like, dude, you don't talk and you just nod your head and just fucking come to work every day. But we know he's some sort of powerful because he's in the 7. So
it's super cool. And so episode 3 ends with Homelander announcing that him and Starlight are in a relationship.
Oh yeah,
and I'm like, dude, what the hell's gonna? Because Huey is already feeling some type of way about her talking to
other guys. Yeah.
And now it's like,
well, I think he saw that polling, right? Like he was like, oh, you and Starlight together are in the high or mid to high 90s, and so he's like, what's the best way to do this? I'm gonna just announce that we're together, make this unholy. And then she plays into it because what Stewie said to her, or his name's Stewie. What is his name?
Huey.
Yeah. I'm bad with names. This is gonna be a reoccurring thing. I'm really bad with names. The guy with the hair.
That's the real reason I'm here.
I don't know anybody. But no, I think she played into that, which might backfire for a relationship. But it ended up being like really interesting.
Yeah, I mean, how does Huey, like, he can't stop Homelander, so like if Homelander keeps pushing it and does whatever the hell he wants, like,
Huey's smart though. He
is a smart guy.
He almost like is the opposite side of Butcher. Like, they're both smart, and they just have this way of finding, like, they just have a way to, like, they can find a way to beat these heroes. It's like first couple of seasons, they're just beating these people like somehow, some way, like pulling it out their ass, strategically, like pulling out these dubs, man. And I'm like, you're pissing off the wrong. Look, I get it. I feel like there's gonna be some like overconfidence aspect playing into these like the battle between the boys and the seven or whatever. But
right.
Another one of my favorite moments, I must talk about this before, is when the Deep was forced to eat his friend.
Oh my god.
It just shows how much of a dick Homelander is, bro. He's
Right.
like such a dick, bro. Like he's been calling A-Train fat this whole season. And like A-Train's like, God dang it, bro. Like I can't win.
The entire time.
He's like such a
Homelander
dick.
is just, he's evolved, like as much of an asshole as he's been in these previous seasons, like he is coming out swinging.
Yeah.
Like he has nothing to lose. He doesn't care.
What he says,
and now that he's realizing there's people that are liking him
for it, yeah.
He's like,
he's
fully embracing it, man. And it's taken, he's going to another level with how much you're gonna hate him this season.
Yeah, I almost don't hate him. I'm almost like I
hate to.
Yeah, he's like I think he's interesting. It's like I know he's evil. Don't get me wrong. Oh, yeah. It's like we acknowledge what he is, but it's just like the way the story's playing out. The story does a better job of giving him empathy than they do with Joffrey. I must say though, like because you know this dude's messed up for a reason. Joffrey probably is too, but they don't ever show it. Right. But yeah, dude, are there any other scenes that like blew your mind? I think an interesting thing to talk about would be like Starlight. Like they give you more of her backstory in this season.
They do.
And and it's like, oh, she should be a lot more messed up than she is, in my opinion. Like she's even all that messed up. Like
she's taken a new role in the Seven. She's co-captain, but it's like, how much power does she really have? So again,
she doesn't have that power, bro.
Like, that's really reflective of society, right? With women in the workplace and everything. So it's like it's a relatable thing, and even though she's in this role, does she really have power? Because Homelander's, holding things over her head, and she's trying to be a strong, character and make decisions and, own that role. But at the end of the day, there's Homelander to say, no, we're doing it this way.
Yeah, big strong man, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I also want to talk about Soldier Boy. I mean, he didn't get much of an introduction yet. Like he's somewhat in the third episode.
I hate the name so much.
Soldier Boy, but he's not the one. The rapper is not the one that originated the Soldier Boy.
I know.
But Soldier Boy, apparently they have some sort of weapon, right? That can kill Soldier Boy, which I think is. I think they're clearly showing that Soldier Boy's not dead, so I don't think there is a weapon. I think they're gonna find out that. Like this it was a wild goose chase, this weapon that they're looking for. But they give you a little bit of him in a flashback scene, and they show the CEO dude,
Stan Edgar.
Yeah, the guy from Breaking Bad.
Yeah. He's in The Mandalorian too.
Oh yeah, really? Yeah. I remember the Black Saber dude.
Guy with the beard.
Yeah, and so it was kind of interesting seeing their backstory. I'm kind of curious as to why. What's the guy's name? Mother's Milk or something?
Yeah.
MM is I mean, I guess they do tell you like Soldier Boy killed his dad or something, or his granddad.
Yeah.
And so he's been on like this obsessive mission ever since, which they didn't really tell you about in the early seasons, but they give you a lot of like backstory. It tells you why Mother's Milk and Butcher even linked up in the first place. That's probably why. Like he was after superheroes too. Right,
and I like how they did that, because it wasn't just like, oh, we're going to give you this plethora of information and
exposition.
We're not going to give you all the, like, they just mention it subtly. They let the audience, piece together everything, and they move on. Like it's very, like, the show really does need more attention than what it's getting, because it's absolutely fantastic writing.
Yeah, the writing is A1 in this, because it's like they set things up subtly. We didn't even talk about the head exploding chick.
Oh my God! Yeah, you're right. What the hell?
That's a whole aspect to the show. Like, there's a lot that happened in the first 3 episodes.
What is the angle with her? Like, what is the direction they're going in with her? Like, is she gonna start?
Well, it's like
on these soups, or like what's going on?
She seems. I mean, to be able to remotely detonate someone's head seems like an OP power to me. But
OP as hell.
Like
the courtroom season or for the courtroom episode from last season.
Yeah.
Where she's just blowing everyone's heads up in there. Like, dude, oh my gosh.
Nah, dude. Yeah.
OP.
OP, and then you find out she's actually like a daughter to the I forget his name.
The guy I bought,
to the CEO, Stan Edgar or whatever. His it's like like the enemy is manufactured, right? Like they need someone to go against Vault, but like they're under like I pay her. She's loyal to me. You know? Yeah. There's no losing. There's no losing for Vault. And they seem like it just seems impossible to beat Vault as a entity.
Yeah.
It just seems very difficult. Like, yeah.
I like Stan Edgar's character a lot because he's not really taking shit from Homelander. Even though Homelander's doing whatever the hell he wants to do, like, Stan Edgar's doing his own thing. He has his own agenda. He's not really too concerned about what the hell Homelander's doing or how he's acting out. He's just doing his thing, and it's a really cool relationship between them.
No, 100% agree. 100% agree. Like, I want to see how that story plays out because it feels like the last chick that they had, had the weird relationship with Homelander, was like she played tough until Homelander stepped to her, and then like, okay, I'm gonna back down here, I'm gonna cave here, but this guy, he's just like, do you have a weapon already that can beat this dude? Because you are very confident right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the sake of this video not being too long, is there anything else that you want to must cover?
No, really looking forward to some soup battles. Like we see a lot of, killing people and everything like that, but I want to see some soup battles in this season. Like,
I want to see someone. I want to see someone really step to Homelander, like, and maybe Soldier Boy. Soldier Boy might be the dude.
Because we really haven't had any like soups or important characters die.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I kind of want to see where that goes. Season? Well, we got the Nazi chick dead, but I mean that's kind of funny actually. Yeah, there was a scene with her and Homelander. That was just like, what the fuck? That is a weirdo. But hey, great show overall. I can't wait to see where it goes this season. How many episodes is it? Like 6?
I'm not sure. I want to say it's 8 or 10.
Oh, if it's in the 8 or like 8-10 range, I'm so in.
Perfect.
Yeah. Perfect. I'm so with it. But Ty, man, thanks for joining me on this one too.
Yeah, not a problem, man.
Bro, check out The Boys and the Fandom Knot. Fandom Knot first, not in that order. All right, Fandom Knot first.
Fandom Knot first, then The Boys on Amazon Prime.
Yeah. All right, Ty.
All right, man.